big thanks to thryve for sponsoring this video. Hey, I'm Pitmaster X, and today I'm going to be cooking ASADO style. I'm going to be using the ASADO CROSS. Look at that beauty, stainless steel, absolutely gorgeous. And I got a big pit right here in which I'm going to make my fire. And I always want to start with making a fire because it's going to take some time, at least an hour or so, because what I'm looking for is to build a bed of embers. These embers, they develop when you have that fire going and the wood breaks down into carbon and it just falls apart, but you gotta have the right wood. That's why I'm using beech. It gives the most beautiful embers. Oak, for instance, it kind of like falls apart and turns into dust and kind of disappears. But with beech, you get these beautiful long glowing embers, but we gotta build a big fire with a lot of heat. So let's get started with that. This is my beautiful wild boar. Last week my butcher showed up with this wild boar. It was shot that morning in the forest locally, and we hung it in the dry aging cabinet for a week, so it got the time to, well, get the tension out of the meat. It has to die a little bit. That makes it more tender and a little bit more flavorful. Now I'm going to take the coat of this beautiful animal, and if that's not your thing, that's just fine. You don't have to watch it, just skip ahead. It might be sensitive content to some of you guys. This beautiful little wild boar has been running around the forest since the beginning of spring. It grew up on acorns, beech tree nuts, and all the goodness that nature has to offer. But this beautiful animal had to be put down because we have an excess of wild boar in the Netherlands. And by making sure that we have a healthy population of wild boar, we give the rest of the animals an opportunity to develop and to grow as well. And eventually we're going to have a beautiful wildlife which is well balanced. So for us to process this animal and to cook it up is a service to nature. And she's ready. Wow, what a beauty. Cleaned up, looking good, and she's ready to go on a cross. But I wonder, all this meat, what would it do to my intestines? Let's figure it out, because I've got a beautiful sponsor for this video that helped us get this all together, thryve. thryve is a company that gives you insight in all of the microorganisms that are inside of your gut. Millions of people in the world maintain a poor diet that results in an imbalance in your gut biomes. With the right diet, you can benefit from a healthy balance in your system. Too much refined sugar, hormone-filled fried food, and many other things can result in bloating, constipation, and dozens of other health problems. In my case, I'm wondering what too much steak would do to me. thryve makes full-scale analysis of the good and the bad bacteria inside of you. It is really easy and self-explanatory. You'll get a test kit with all the tools to take your gut samples after you did your number 2. Your sample will be safely delivered at their lab, and within 2 weeks you get a full insight of your personal health. It recommends personalized foods for you to enjoy and avoid. You can even order supplements specifically measured for your own personal needs. Your wellness, 76. That's good. In the Netherlands we calculate 5.5. Your past, that's good. 76 is above that. Ooh, superb. Your gut is close to an ideal state. Keep it up. Booyah! Your diversity is like booming rainforest with a growing population of species. Nice. Did I win? What did you get, Morrison?
86.
86? What? No, seriously.
Yeah.
Why did you get 86? Wow. I get all these recommendations on what to eat, like to kind of like diversify or improve your gut health. And that's so cool. You get all this right here on your phone, in your dashboard. In one glance, you can see what you can do to improve. How cool is that? Thanks to thryve, everybody can get their personal diet plan at their disposal. You can find my personal promo code and the link down below for a 50% discount. Now let's get on with the video. Before I can put this on the fire, I need to spread open our wild boar and put it on the ASADO CROSS. I got a beautiful stainless steel ASADO CROSS from a guy that makes these in the Netherlands. It's called the Victorin, so if you want to check out their website, that would be awesome, just to show them some support, because there are not many people doing this in the Netherlands. And this is the ultimate tool to properly hang up a beautiful animal like this. Of course, we're gonna season this with some salt and pepper, and then I'm moving the ASADO CROSS over to our fire pit. And there we have it, our beautiful wild boar next to the fire, there where it belongs. We're gonna be cooking this over this beautiful fire. A whiff of smoke is going to twirl up and kiss our wild boar, creating flavor, smoke and roasting at the same time. Real ASADO style cooking. Now, with the fire, I gotta really look out for the heat. And I can see that this distance is already way too hot for me. So that means that my wild boar is going to be cooking pretty quick. And I actually want it to go a little slow, especially in the beginning. You don't want a black crusty outside and an uncooked inside. You want it to go nice and slow. So I'm going to move this backwards. As easy as that. And then I'm going to check again. And all around the temperature is now even. So then the second step is just to keep my eye on this and slowly see it change color. If it's going too quick again, either rotate it around or move it backwards. But this is going to be so good. Awesome. I love this style of cooking. I've been cooking for around an hour now, and we got a beautiful bed of embers. And I'm using my rake just to break up the wood and take out the embers, shuffle it away from the burning wood, and just making a nice bed of coals. Coals create so much heat, radiation heat, and that's what we're looking for. Clean heat that goes onto our wild boar. Now I already turned this wild boar around. If we take a look at the other side, you can see that the skin right here is already getting a parchment-like structure. It's getting dry, it's getting hard, and we're cooking the inside. So that's what we're looking for. But what we're also going to do to protect it from drying out is make a sauce. So what I'm making is not really a sauce, it's more of a vinaigrette. And the reason that we need this vinaigrette is to be able to cool down the meat while it's cooking, to re-moisturize it. So the goal is not to add too much flavor, but just a little bit. So I have some fresh garlic, some shallots, and I'm going to chop it fine. It doesn't really have to be super fine, as long as it can fit my special bottle. And I also want to have some fresh parsley, and I got a wine bottle, of which I drank most of it. There's just this little bottom of wine still left in it. That's around 100 milliliters or so. Now I'm going to add the garlic, the shallot and the parsley. It's a bit of fiddling, but trust me, it's going to be well worth it. When you got most of it in there, I'm going to add 200 milliliters of red wine vinegar. This may look like a big bottle and a lot, but this is just a small 200 milliliter bottle. And to that, I'm going to add 100 milliliters of olive oil. Now I'm going to put the cork back on, and I'm going to give it a quick shake. This vinaigrette is going to be our sauce, which we're going to spray on our wild boar. Look at that. It gives our meat a nice shine, a little bit of flavor, just what it needs. And that skin, that dried up skin, is going to soak all of this up. Throughout the whole cook, we're going to be doing this, sprinkling it on every now and then, just to make sure that that dried skin re-moisturizes. This cook took the most of the day. We started early, prepping the wild boar, taking the jacket off, and then we started cooking around noon-ish. Now it's been on for almost 4.5 hours, and I kind of speeded up the process at the end by lowering the meat over the cook so we get that beautiful brown outside, like a nice caramelization. And we currently are at a temperature of around 65 degrees Celsius. Of course, it's not the same everywhere because we got thick parts, thin parts, and I rotated it as much as I could to get it even. But this is the best job I could have done as it is right now. So I'm going to take it off and I'm going to let it rest. This thing is juicy, it is tender, and and it's scary. Because it's big and the juices are dripping, and I don't want these juices to drip on me. But look at it, man. What a beautiful color that we built. Beautiful crust on the outside. Absolutely insane. Now I'm gonna give this a little time for around like 10 to 20 minutes, just to relax, let the juices fall back, and then we're gonna slice into it. Now I gotta take it off the cross, and it's very, very easy. Now I can cut off the wires. There we go. And now we got this beautiful animal cooked, ready to be devoured. And of course, you gotta like have a lot of friends. You gotta have a party to eat this. And of course, Morse and I, it's just the two of us. But the good thing is, Morse and I get to taste every little part of this. So let's carve into it. First, I'm gonna take off the shoulder. There we go. A beautiful, juicy leg. Look at the juices. Now on the back here is the loin. And this is one of the most tender pieces on the animal. Look at that. Beautiful loin, really small, but this is a small animal. So you can't expect a big loin on this. Now I want to get to that butt. It's been staring at me the whole time. Let's take it off. Super juicy. And now all we need to do is taste it. I want to get a piece of that loin. I want all the good pieces. Oh, that's good. This is good for a wild boar. That's tasty. And the funny thing is, like, you kind of have to cook everything to the same temperature. So I was kind of expecting some parts to be tougher, but actually it's still really good.
Where am I going to start? Where am I going to start? Can I just pick anything? I'll start humble. Or is this humble? Or is it a good piece?
So with 30 kilograms of meat on the table, that's humble.
Wow, instant barbecue flavor. As soon as it is touching your tongue, you know it. This has been cooking for a long, long time.
This style of cooking, it just gives us so much energy. It's not about like getting perfection on your steak or doing something culinary outstanding. It's about like real cooking over fire, creating flavor. Let's see. Oh yeah.
Especially that crust, the leather-like crust, it's it's magic. It's smoke, saltiness, a little bit of hint of that vinaigrette. It's just beautiful.
There's a complexity to it that you otherwise wouldn't have. If you grill this like on a standard barbecue, you get one flat grilling, like a crust or smoke, or like now you have smoke, crust. You have all these factors, and it just creates a complex experience. The biggest kick that I get out of this is just cooking it yourself over fire. It's got something manly, and it makes it a lot of fun. Now, of course, if you want to, you can dress this up. You can take a piece of bread, dip that bread in some sauce, put some meat on there, and then go for it.
I can honestly say, we've done a lot of barbecue, of course, and I haven't enjoyed a barbecue like this in a long, long time. Like it was so chill. It was like sitting around in the sun, just watching from a distance your ASADO CROSS. You know, we had chairs over there, and stop it.
This is meant to be served to a large group as a party food, and it's a lot of fun to make. Next party, I'm making this. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We had a blast. I'm gonna devour the whole thing because I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten enough yet. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, then leave us a big thumb. Big thank to the patrons and the YouTube members. Thank you guys. Leave us a comment and give us a big thumbs up. Hope to see you guys next time. Until then.
Eet smakelijk.
What?
Eet smakelijk.
Eet smakelijk and keep on grilling.